Hello, I'm Gavir.
I'm Amina.
And I'm Amar.
And welcome to the PYT podcast. So PYT, Positive Young Thinkers, is a part of PYF. And we basically, us and a couple of other people, we're like young people at PYF. And we gather ever so often, like, once every couple of weeks or so?
Once a month, yeah.
Yeah, but we're trying to make it more frequent. But we gather ever so often to help bring positive change to our community. So, yeah.
How did you come to be with PYF and like PYT?
I started with PYF. My journey started with them 2 years ago. So I'm a newly arrived person, and PYF got a lot of programs to help us people. When I first came into the country, I didn't really know no English, and I didn't know no people as well. And PYF really helped me with that. Got me introduced to a lot of stuff, helped me out with education, social life, and many different ways. And through PYF, I got to know about PYT, and I joined it because I liked the idea.
Amina, how did you come across PYT?
PYT or just PYF in general?
You know what, both. PYF and PYT.
I mean, I first came here because my friend Ashley, her mum works at PYF, and she just introduced me one day. I'm not gonna lie, like, I spoke about this when I did my speech for National Volunteering Week. When I first saw PYF, I thought it was so dingy. I thought it was so run down. There were holes in the ceiling. There were kids running around screaming. I was like, what is this? But Ashley really liked it, and I just kept coming back. And eventually, like, I became really involved. It's been like 2 years now since I've been here. And, like, honestly, like as Sharon said, I'm a piece of furniture. like I just love PYF. Like, I just started coming more and more and more, and eventually I just got involved with like everything I could. And even now, like, I'm here, I wouldn't ever be in front of a camera, but it teaches you to push yourself, you know?
Yeah, like push your own limits, yeah.
How did
I come across? So Ashley, like you mentioned, she took me one day, and coincidentally, I was doing some work experience in Leamington Spa for my own like career stuff for being a vet. And she just took me to PYF. Like, we were just going out, we went to the shops, and then we just went to PYF, and I just chilled there for a bit. And there was a couple of people from school as well. So I just found it to be like a nice community. But then obviously I didn't properly start going PYF until I became close with you, Amina. Because you were already close with PYF as it was through your friends. And I just started coming then. And to be honest, I haven't even joined PYT, a couple of weeks now?
It was
Pretty
when
much.
we did the festival. Like,
And now she's leading the podcast for us.
Leading the podcast, I've only been here
Main
for a couple of
character.
weeks. Main character energy.
Chronically online.
The idea of this podcast was talking about the lives of people our age. After you reach the age of 18, life gets really difficult for most of us. We're going to start thinking about making our own money, being less dependent on our parents, moving out eventually, and also education after. And getting a job in this economy we have is really hard. Ask me about it. I've worked in so many different places, but there's no stability at all. I worked at... Oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
You worked at a retail company. You worked at a restaurant. Which one?
I don't think he can name drop.
That's what I was...
No, but
that's
you
what I
can
was.
say restaurant. You can be
Okay.
vague.
It's some bougie restaurant in Enswell, like...
Bougie restaurant in
I
the
wouldn't
ends is a
say
bit
bougie.
crazy.
We walked past it and it looked a bit run down, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I can't lie. The location of is actually unique.
You know
You know what? Editing.
We're gonna bleep that out. We're gonna
Just
bleep that out.
bleep that out already.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
You know what? We'll go with a restaurant.
A restaurant.
A restaurant that cannot be named.
A restaurant that tries to be bougie, but it's not bougie.
I mean, they charge you £100 for steak, so it is bougie.
I mean, okay, let's not drop costs.
I mean, the place Gavir works at, they could charge £100. That doesn't make it any more fancy. Like, it's not the price, it's the decoration, it's the presentability, you know?
It's a whole service, mainly like restaurants and hotels and bougie places. They don't really charge you for what you get from them. They charge you for what you see most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, if I give you a banana, but I put a bit of sprinkles on top of it and all of that, You're gonna be like, oh, this banana looks good still. Let me get that. Oh, £20. Then you're gonna pay £20 because you're just doing silly stuff. You're wasting your money. But that's how it is. That's how that business works.
I mean, I see what you mean. Like, a lot of places and restaurants and just hospitable places these days in general, they're all based on like how Instagrammable they are. Like, everything's always about like tagging them on your socials, showing off pictures, and then you have the food and it's just
average. Like, it's the same thing that you get in every restaurant, but you're paying for the name. You're not really paying for the food itself.
And we're not going to drop any names. We don't want to get sued.
Sued is crazy.
Ain't no cancelling happening here. But anyways, we're speaking about the wrong stuff now. We're supposed to...
Okay, post 18. When we talk about post 18, we just mean as in like, you know, after you don't have that commitment of school anymore.
After A-levels specifically.
Yeah, after A-levels specifically. I guess
but
for us...
But you gotta understand that not everybody does A-levels.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we did it, but a lot of people end it with GCSEs and not even that. So we're trying to include all types of people in this. Like, you don't necessarily have to be educated to have the right to live. Yeah. So what about them people? Because for us, most of us want to do apprenticeships, degree apprenticeships, or go uni most of the time. So what about other people? Which is actually harder for them to get a job.
It is, to be honest. I feel like that's one of the debates, actually. Like, we have this kind of route that we follow in terms of education. Like, stereotypically, it's GCSEs, A-levels, university. But it's about opening up to those other different routes. I feel like that's not really spoken about.
Yeah, so for people like them, what do you think they should do to get equal rights and job criteria?
Equal rights?
Yeah.
As in, like, obtain the kind of experience you should have
because
being like an A-level student.
To be fair, most of the people who do A-levels in this country are not exactly British. They come from like different backgrounds. And immigrant parents, they take a lot of pride in their children getting educated, going to uni and stuff, and they even feel hurt if their son or daughter don't want to go to uni. So other people don't really view it that way. And for us, it is hard to get a job, but it's harder for them. So how do you make it equal? How do you make it like the same? Because every single job in this world matters. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor or you're a cleaner. At the end of the day, you contribute into the society you live. Huh?
Sorry,
what did she say?
This got really deep, really quick.
I think
when we say post-18 though, we decided on the topic of post-18 mainly because Gavir and I have like finished sixth form recently, and we can talk about those routes and we can go down those different topics, but we picked this because it was most relevant to us, because like I feel like because Gavir's doing a gap year, I'm going on to uni, and then there are other people who haven't even gone to sixth form or done those qualifications, and they also have their own routes that they're going to go down. And I feel like at this age, everyone feels a bit lost when you don't have that commitment of school anymore.
Yeah, like you feel like it can be quite daunting to go out and look for those experiences yourself. Like personally, being a gap year student, you've got to write in your personal statement, what did you do during the gap year? And then who do you go to for advice anymore? You're not in sixth form anymore. And sixth form won't take you because that's just a cost kind of factor. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what do you do then?
You just feel a bit lost.
Yeah, but I feel like you've been trained enough within the first 2 years of A-levels.
No, I disagree with that. School does not prepare you for life. Sorry, what were you going to say?
It doesn't prepare you for life, but the academic section, you said you want to write a personal statement for uni after. So within the school year, you could have you
write your personal statement.
You write your personal statement.
But I mean,
you get trained to do that, and then you should be good to go. Because really and truly, no one is going to be there for you all the time. You have to rely on yourself at some point. And that's on you to decide when that point is going to be.
Yeah.
That's fair, but I'd say, like, in general, like, even the personal statement thing that you're saying, we got guidance, they taught us how to do it. They gave us a run through of the website, but they didn't really tell us how to write it. Do you know what I mean? Because with a personal statement, everything is your own.
Yeah, everything's your own words. And I mean, I know what you're saying, but I mean, like...
Is it really though? Because...
in your...
Have I done my own personal statement? I don't know. We never know.
That's on you.
That's on you. That's on you.
But, like, there's a lot of different routes to do that. And obviously, it is better to do it yourself. The
Yeah.
same way I did it. But, like,
Who did you hire to write it for you?
I didn't
Drop
ha-
it. Drop them.
it never happened. Me,
No.
I'm a very honest person, guys. My name is Amwa again. But anyways, yeah, we were speaking. You said in your gap year, you're going to be working. You're going to be applying to uni.
Yeah.
And what else are you going to be doing?
So my kind of goal for this gap year is to earn money. So I have a part-time job. Leave that company nameless, but I have a part-time job, and I'm also writing my personal statement and reapplying to university for next year, because sadly you can't defer your application.
From what you've told, why not? I've done that.
As in, like, you have to get new choices on your UCAS application.
Oh,
you have
you
to
don't want
change
the
the
same-
application year.
Why not try clearing and defer it
Clearing
after?
ended last month
Yeah, but why did you not try it back then?
because there wasn't enough opportunities.
Oh.
And it's better to wait that year. So that in that year, I'm thinking of saving up for uni, because in this economy, like you've said, it's expensive.
Inflation.
Like inflation,
Cost of living.
yeah, literally everything, mortgage even, things like university fees in itself, 9,000 a year is crazy.
Actually, now that you brought up university fees,
Yeah.
do you guys think it's fair? Look, I've been in the country for 2 years.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm taking a gap year is because I'm not eligible for home student fees yet. So for me, if I want to get into uni next year, regardless of my grades, I have to pay 28k
A year?
Yeah. So
I thought we were doing horrible, but like, I feel sorry for you, man.
no, it's all right. It's part of the journey. You see, with going uni or anything else in life, every person got their own timing. You don't have to do the same stuff as the same people your age.
Yeah.
As long as you feel comfortable and you feel like you're going in the right direction, then it should be all good. Everyone got their own timing, regardless what it is you're doing. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit of that's a good point to bring up, because I feel like nowadays you feel the pressure to do things at a certain age. Like we said about education, like you feel the pressure to get your A-levels done by your 18. But you can always like retake them, or you don't have to go to university the second that you finish your A-levels. You
But
can
it
wait
costs a
that
hefty
year.
amount of money to
There's
retake your
a-
A-levels, doesn't it?
There's
It
a
costs way too
pressure
much.
in
Yeah,
terms
there's a
of-
pressure.
There's a pressure in terms of getting everything done by a certain age.
There
I think.
is.
And there's like a set route that everyone wants to go down for their ideal life. But like, just because it's someone else's ideal doesn't mean it's yours, and it doesn't mean you have to take that route.
Yeah. And I feel like seeing your friends go off to uni, or people in this day and age, you have like social media, and you can see whatever happens in someone's life, it's pretty much blogged about like everywhere. And like you can see people getting accepted into university. And I feel like it's one of those things where you just kind of inevitably you're going to compare yourself, and you're going to be like, why aren't I going to university this year? Or why aren't I doing this degree or this course? But then you forget you have other options.
I mean, that's like really perpetuated by the media too.
Yeah.
Because that just reminded me, that one girl who took like 38 A-levels or something?
Yeah.
And that was in the
It's
middle of when we were
Is
taking
that
our
even
A-levels.
possible? It's not humanly. Is
Yeah,
it?
and there was like an interview, and she was like, "Oh, I only study for like 1 hour a day, and then I sleep." And it's like,
That's a lie,
We
though.
were in the middle of A-levels though, and it was keen to watch that.
No, even if you got the brains of Albert Einstein and Isaac Newton combined together, you can't do that. Like, you can't do that. You're human at the
She
end of the
apparently
day.
is that good.
No, studying for 1 hour a day and you got 38 A-levels. That doesn't really
38
make sense.
A-levels, honestly. I pray for that girl's mental health.
I
38
don't-
A-levels
I don't
is
even
crazy.
think there
She
was
was saying
38
it like it was
A-levels
light work.
available to do.
Huh?
I don't even think there's 38 A-levels available to do.
Yeah, but she could have taken like different exam boards and stuff. And she could have taken
Yeah.
them like in different exam centres.
I think it was just like 38 different subjects. Which, if that's the case, then that's actually a mockery. Like, I'm that's kind of aggravating. Actually.
Oh, we're not
Question
ones
is
to
what
judge
grades.
anyway, but if she actually did it, then that's
I mean,
really
good on
impressive.
her.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Good on her. What grades did she actually get though?
She's getting like A star and everything.
You know,
It's even worse.
I wanna
I don't
be
want to
her.
talk about it anymore.
Yeah, that's my idol from now on. Why are you jealous, Amina? Are you jealous? That was,
You know when you see someone just doing that good and they like don't say
but
anything.
why? Like, look
It's
at
not
it from
jealousy.
a positive. No,
Yeah, it's a positive thing. It's a positive thing. Like, good for her. But also, when we were struggling. Sorry, I keep touching the mic.
I low-key forgot they were there.
We have people behind the camera, and I keep getting told to not touch the mic. I'm sorry, and now I'm doing it
You're
again.
touching it again.
You know what? Just literally put your hands in your lap. I can't lie.
See, this is why I was like chewing gum on, because I need something to fiddle with. Anyways, what were we saying? It is aggravating because it's like we were in the middle of our A-levels, we were suffering, we were every night until like 10 p.m. Me and Gavay were studying, and then this girl comes out with 38 A-levels. Like,
But
if
like,
that was you, you would be dying. Don't lie.
I mean, I wasn't even studying. But anyways, you said it's aggravating, but when someone is blessed with something, I don't really feel like anything towards them except for like I'm genuinely happy for them because that's their lives and they're doing good.
No,
I'm glad for them. If I'm not able to do the same thing as them, then obviously they might be perfect academically, but every one of us is unique in their own way. You might be able to do something that she cannot do at all. So you gotta focus on that route, and that's what gonna thrive with success.
Yeah, like key into your own key potential that makes you like more employable or more successful.
It's not even about being employable because you can have your own business, which is a lot of young men, black men specifically in these days. When you don't have really a clear vision of what you're trying to do, what's the point of dropping out and doing your own business? What do you guys think?
What do you mean, like?
I mean,
everyone's trying to do it's either henna or drop shipping, which is I don't know why people still doing it. It's 2020 thing, huh?
I feel like it's more of a side hustle though. Like, you know when people always compare like, it's like Walt Disney or like Mark Zuckerberg and all of those people who like dropped out and they started their own businesses. Like, you need to remember they dropped out of like Harvard and things like that. Like, you're dropping out of community college, it's not the same.
And do you think your background affects the way you live? Like,
yeah,
the way you were
definitely.
born, does it affect the way you live?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
How?
People have different social standings to start off with. Like, we're not all at the same start
By the way,
line.
we're speaking about after 18, not before 18. So forget about your childhood, the way you live after 18.
Yeah.
The way you were born,
That's
does
a
it
build up
affect it?
to it. It's all linked together.
Yeah, but does it not? I think like no
Think
matter
about-
where you are, it only depends on you.
Yeah.
So after 18, you're an adult. You're a grown up person. So what would you think about your future? Do you think a lot of people are stuck in their past instead of looking forward?
But it's talking about the economic and political state of the world. He's getting deep. No, but like, as I said before, like, everyone has a different starting line when you're born. And yeah, we're talking about post-18, but like, some people, like people who are born into like wealth and everything, and they go to the best private schools, they have a higher chance of getting into the better universities and everything after 18, because they receive the best treatment compared to someone who was like born in Hillfields and like struggling like
Shout out to
and things
Hills.
like that. Shout out to Hillfields.
My people. If you were born in Hills, then you're destined to be a failure.
No,
That's what you said.
That's not what I said.
No, that's what you said.
You're just having,
I feel hurt.
You just have a different start line. Do you get what I mean? Like, you have less of a chance to go to, let's say, Oxford than someone who was someone who
But
like
does it not-
went to...
Mainly depends on your grades.
No, it does.
Yeah.
But like, people who go to private schools and things like that, they naturally, we talk about this in A-level sociology. See, I'm thinking back to A-levels now. I'm thinking back.
Why not
This is what
see that as a
education's for.
motivation for yourself? Because
Yeah.
or other people are paying money and you can
Yeah.
still
But-
get the same grades as them
And
if
that's
you work
true.
hard enough. So why is there not
but
motivation?
there are different
instead?
factors that that can drag you back. Like, kids who are born into poorer families, they might not be able to afford like notebooks and things like that. Like economic deprivation, material deprivation. That's a big factor that drags you back when you're in school. Like, if a kid's hungry and they won't be able to focus in class, even if they have the same teachers and the same like education as someone who is well off, like, there are different things that would hold them back. You don't know. What if they live at home with like many siblings? They're crowded into one house. They don't have the space to work. They can't do their homework properly. They can't focus properly. Things like that. It's a small thing, but it will increase in impact over time.
Don't you think that schools like provide resources though to help with that nowadays?
Not
I feel like it's a
always.
lot better now.
It's
Like,
better
Plus,
now, yeah,
even if you
but
don't
it's
have
still a
space to
thing.
work at your house, I've got 6 siblings.
Yeah.
So I know how it is. But you can always go to the libraries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
University
everyone
libraries
can.
open 24/7.
But what if you can't though? What if someone's got straight parents? That's what I'm saying. It's a case by case thing.
When you got strict parents, it's either they provide you a space to revise.
No,
or you can
that's
just
not
step
how
up.
it works. Not everyone's parents are like that. Like, I think we're generalizing because if you go by a case by case like kind of thing, then like someone who like you said might have strict parents, they might not be allowed to go out, but they also
I was supposed to be home at 6 p.m. when I used to live with my family. I was never allowed after 6 p.m.
yeah.
If the sun is down, you're not allowed back home. But still, that just gives you motivation to thrive, to do more, to work harder, to be
Yeah.
up there. Because
I
me
feel like
personally,
you
I
can
don't
have
like
opposite
seeing
effects.
people up there and me not being able to catch up with them.
I feel like you can have the opposite effect sometimes when everyone's doing so well and then you're seeing them and you're struggling. It could maybe like demotivate is not a
But
word.
isn't that like,
Demotivate. You mean like compare yourself to others? And
Yeah.
it's kind
isn't
of
that like strongly against the idea of us, PYT? Like, we really want to see people up there.
But we're
Yeah.
thinking about it from a different perspective. Obviously, we want to see people up there, and I'm saying like, now that like A-levels and everything has ended, like everyone's catching up. Like in the end, after A-levels, personally I flopped. I'm not gonna lie, but I still got into the uni I wanted to, and it felt like it didn't matter in the end. Do you get what I mean?
Did
Like
you
there's
get
all
into
this
the
pressure.
same course?
Yeah, I got in either
So
way.
you didn't flop. That's the main... If that's what you wanted
but
to do.
when there's all this pressure to do well, and then you get in anyways, despite like not doing the way you hoped,
like grades wise.
it feels like what's the point? Do you get what I mean?
What's the point of all
As
those
long
hours
as you
studying?
got into the uni you wanted, the grades, you can just lock them up and out.
But even
Yeah.
then, think
Those
about the
outside.
people who didn't. Onto PYF Fest.
PYF
'Cause I feel like we've been
Fest.
speaking about this for a bit too long.
We were speaking about this for ages, but PYF Fest. So basically, there was a festival that happened at our youth centre
The
in
first of its
Hills.
kind.
The first of its kind. Our event.
Our idea. I'm offended that you said on the camera.
So me and Amina had this kind of idea a couple of weeks back. Actually, say like a month back.
Yeah, about a month back now.
About a month back, and we wanted to kind of do this festival. And to be honest, it was inspired by the fact that it was going to be like our last time of seeing each other, and yet here we are.
Yeah.
But like a nice little festival to just enjoy life
Little
before.
celebration. It was a bit selfish on our part, I can't lie.
It was a
But
bit selfish,
We wanted
but-
like a big event.
Wait. I did not know about this. That man made a whole festival
For us.
for just them to enjoy yourself.
no.
We enjoyed-
How
we-
greedy?
No, but
how
we-
can you take all of that money, make a whole festival, drag Cheryl to Costco to get all of that stuff, and then it's actually just like we just wanted to do it
No,
for the sake
as
of
in
us.
like it was inspired by the fact that A-levels had ended.
Yeah.
We wanted a big thing to end it, and think about the fact that the people that were invited to this event
Who are
were
the
14
audience?
to 25.
14 to 25.
Was it 14 to 25?
Yeah, 14 to 25.
14 to 25, but most of the people that came to the event were our age. Like they just finished their A-levels. It was a good kind of festival to just end things off on a good note.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it was about us. It was about
our
the general idea.
but, like, it was the general idea of having like a nice big event before we leave.
Yeah, before we leave for
Well,
uni
I-
or whatever we were going to do
And then Kaveh
next.
goes
To
on
be fair, I wasn't there
the
for
next
long,
step.
but did it work out well?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I think it worked out really well.
We had a
Like
turnout of 150.
150, 160 people, yeah.
About, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it just kind of went to show that, like, specifically at PYF, actually, like, literally whatever you want to happen can actually happen if you have the right time and dedication.
Everything
towards it.
went wrong. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, by the way. And it still turned out well. Like, what was that issue with... I think the obstacle course that we wanted, it wouldn't fit originally when we wanted it.
Yeah.
And then we ended up having to, like, shift everything around.
Yeah, which
In
can be
terms of the
really
layout.
stressful to think about it because it was our event, and the idea that it would even like get cancelled, it can be really daunting considering how much time and effort we put into it.
And then we were thinking, like, on the day, like, oh, we haven't done enough promotion for this. No one is going to show up.
That's
But we
like the
had-
biggest fear. Like in the back of your head, you plan this kind of
I
event.
was speaking with Mudge that morning,
Does
and
it like-
he was,
does
I
it
was
feel
literally
like-
saying, like, I don't think anyone's going to show up. You know, we think like, it's going to be a flop.
Why did you think that? at the end of the day, you man actually did it for
scrambled
yourselves.
together to do this really last minute. I think with like, obviously all credit goes to Sherelle because Sherelle did the most planning. I'm not gonna lie, she did the most work.
Amina, you should have been there.
It was very last minute. Okay, sorry.
Fair enough. What uni are you going, by the way, Amina? Oh, is
I
she
don't know
not
if I
allowed
can
to say
mention this
that?
camera. I'll say it. But like, if we have to bleep it out, then we will bleep it out.
Are you
Uni in
excited to be
London.
there?
I'm gonna be really excited. That was my first choice, and I'm gonna be studying film, television, and digital media production.
That's fair enough. So what are you planning to do with your career afterwards?
I mean, like, I've always wanted to be like a film director, like for as long as I can remember. So
What, Hollywood or Bollywood? What are you trying to be?
I'm down for anything, you know. Like, I just want to see my name on the big screen.
So that's your end goal.
That's my end goal.
That's fair
But
enough.
this is it's a step towards it.
Oh, what about you, Gabriel?
So I'm taking a gap year, but I want to be a vet. And I can't lie, I haven't got the same thing as Amina where like my entire life I wanted to be a vet. Like, ask anyone in my family, ask any of my friends. I changed career like 1,000 times. Like, I started my sixth form thinking I want to be a lawyer. Or I started secondary school even thinking I want to be an architect. Or when I was even earlier on, I was like, maybe I'll be a dermatologist. I was picking out the most random careers because for me it wasn't as set. But like once I went into the work experience for a vet, like
So
when
you
I
just
saw
want
those
to
animals,
do well in life. That's what you're trying to do.
I would say that, but at the same time,
Bougie career.
excuse
I'm
you,
joking.
bougie career is crazy. It's not even
She wants that money.
It's not even a money thing. It's like, I didn't originally plan to be a vet, but it's like when you're in that environment and you see yourself actually being there, like being a vet, like operating on animals, seeing all these people or seeing these different animals with their owners, and you see different like origin stories. Like, it's not the same job every single day. You're not doing the same thing.
One day you get to open up a horse and the other day a donkey.
Okay, horse. Okay, let's not get into the logistics of that because that's just mad. But, but I mean, like, until I actually did the work experience for it, until I actually stayed there 9 till 5 every single day of the week, I didn't actually know I wanted to be a vet. I can't lie. And like, I didn't think that I'd be taking right now a gap year instead of going to vet school. I didn't think that I'd be working where I'm working, or that I'd be taking, or even next year doing like a 7-year degree to be a vet. Like,
Yeah, but
that's
it's like
crazy.
that. You take it and you see how it goes.
You do, but it's like this marathon. Like, the thing is, with that kind of route, it's almost like the medicine route. Like, you have all these entry exams, you have a minimum amount of work experience hours that you need to do, you have a personal statement that you need to write, references, an interview. It's like all these hurdles to end up with like your dream goal in life.
Yeah, I mean, film and everything, it's not as like intense as vet med sounds, but like very last minute when I was applying for university and school and art school and everything, I found out I had to do a portfolio. And at that time, like, I don't have a camera or anything, by the way. I have a very sad little Samsung phone, which is really blurry to take anything on. So I was literally scrambling to PYF, telling like Sherelle and Tamza and Shamir, like, oh, I have to do this portfolio, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they lent me a camera, and then I literally went out with you at one point as well. I took tons of photos like in and around Coventry, around Fargo Village, with the help of Selassie, editing them. And then like literally the minute before my interview for Northern Art School, I was still like putting together the PowerPoint portfolio, and I was literally like, just everything was a mess, but somehow it worked out.
Amar, what are you thinking of doing? What's your plan?
To be fair, I used to go uni, or I used to do electronics engineering back in university in Sudan.
What uni do you plan on going to?
Afterwards,
Yeah.
I want to do mechatronics engineering. So doing electronics opened my mind in a sort of way, and like I didn't even know what mechatronics is back in the day. So I want to do mechatronics in uni. It's like mechanical, electrical, and electronics engineering combined together with AI technology and manufacturing as well. So with this field, you can get basically into any sort of company you want, and you can still do well or do your own thing. So yeah, that's my plan for the future.
So you feel like your degree in Sudan, it kind of opened your ideas into like this new
I mean,
world
I didn't finish it because a war started in Sudan when I was there. So I couldn't really finish it. Uni shut down and I had to come to the UK. But yeah, pretty much having that experience helped me a lot and opened my mind towards other, like, what's the word for it?
Like career paths.
Directions, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Is there a specific career that you want to go into then?
Yeah, being a mechatronics engineer.
So
Very
obviously,
literal.
Very literal. But like, what interests you about that kind of thing though? Like, is there a specific part of it that you just like you found a feeling for?
I mean, the idea of having a machine with all of the different types of engineering combined in it, like, it amazes me. Like, it makes me feel like there is still way more stuff to discover about this world. Like, having AI technology that can replace us, that can be a vet, that can be the director instead of you,
I'd
that
love
can be
to
the
watch
engineer
AI do
instead
that.
of me. That is actually scary, but
Coming for our jobs.
at the same way, it's entertaining. Like, it makes me want to see what's gonna happen after. What's
You want to
afterwards.
see us suffer and lose our jobs and just go.
It's
Yeah.
not
into
about
pharmacy.
losing our jobs, because without humans, the machine can't run itself.
He's doing the one job that he can't like be replaced for. That's why
I'm
that's the
safe. I
ultimate
don't know about you lot,
motivation.
but I'm safe. So
It's okay, Amina, if you lose your job. It's okay.
Is there something that, like, on that same kind of like topic though, is there something that specifically interests you about vet med? Like, do you have a connection with animals or something that you'd say? Or
You
no?
know what? I can't lie. I've never had a pet. So, like, animal experience wise,
Because every time we see a dog when we go out, I'm like running away, and you're like, oh, Amina, look, a dog.
yeah, but that's just been my inexperience. You know what
they're
it
better
is?
for you.
You know what it is? You know, funnily enough, that's actually my interest in it. It's about perception. Like, I did like an online course about like all the biological stuff about this, but it was, for me, it wasn't you. It was my sister from like the youngest age, and she'd always run away when she saw a scary dog. And to me, vet med was about understanding.
Shout out to Kieran.
Shout out to Kieran. But that human animal connection, about how some people will run away from dogs and some people will just be so close to them. And in vet med, you have that kind of opportunity to branch out into different things. Like, you can think about more controversial things like sheltered animals or homeless animals, or you can think about things like more literal, like you can literally be a vet surgeon for a specific company. But for me, it was the fact that you could learn about the reasons why people are so scared of dogs, or why dogs have a certain appearance, or why they've morphed. Like, using my A-level biology and stuff, I already knew like a lot of things about like the animal and human body. But it was things like why dogs, sometimes why they get angry so quickly, or why humans run away from them, like that kind of thing. And like recently in the news and stuff, there's been a lot of things about like you know, XL bulldogs, about how they're
Yeah.
getting banned. Like, to me, that was like a huge spark, and I was like, what? A huge dog breed getting banned just because humans are scared of it. And then you read into things like the logistics behind it.
And what made you choose that instead of like medicine, like like, why do you prefer animals over humans?
It's not more of a thing of animals over humans. I mean, at this
Clearly
day,
it is though.
it's not really a thing where I was like stuck in
Like,
between.
you want to help animals, you don't want to help humans.
No,
No, that's what it
excuse
is.
you. It's not even that. It's more like vet med was just the kind
She
of
just
thing.
hates people, basically.
Yeah, that's
I
what
just
I'm saying.
hate people. I work in customer service. I just hate people. No.
Retail has been too much for her.
Retail has been too much.
Noted. Sorry.
Noted.
So carry on.
Yeah, so it's not so much of a thing as vet med versus med. Like, I feel like there's so many YouTube videos. If you want to go down that route, I'll recommend you a bunch of YouTube videos. Go look at the whole vet
Link
med
in the
versus med.
description.
Link in the description box below.
Actually, like and subscribe. But anyways,
But it's more of a thing, like, animals just interested me a lot more. Like I said, like, I did A-level biology. Like, I already knew a lot about human body. Animals was this new thing that I could just go into. Like, it was a new thing to learn about, and there was so much to it. It just
and,
kind of fascinated
you know, there's
me.
a lot of different branches for being a vet. So
Yeah, I know.
what are you trying to be?
So I'm trying to go into domestic animals specifically, but to be
Like
honest,
cats and dogs?
like cats and dogs,
Yeah.
cats, dogs, guinea pigs, not so much rodents, but cats and dogs mostly. But that's just because of my own experience. Like, I don't have that many experience with farm animals, for example. Like, I went to a farm when I was like 5 years old, and then I probably haven't seen a farm animal.
But you don't really
since.
have any experience with pets as well, because you had never had a pet.
But
I love how
I
you
have
flavor
seen them
that,
around.
like her
I mean, like I said, there was a work experience requirement for uni. When I tell you I've had too much experience with animals just in that summer last year, struggling to get work experience, calling around literally the entire of the UK. So for this part of the podcast, we're going to be interviewing the cast of Locks, Keys and Ghosts. So guys, you want to introduce yourselves?
My name's Esther. I'm 19.
My name's Hayden. I'm 21.
Why are you lying for?
I'm 17.
That's
Do you
a great
wanna-
way to start.
Do you want to talk about like the kind of roles you play in the show?
Okay, I'll go.
yeah, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Can I say the actual name of my character?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm playing Dion. He's a bit of a bubbly character, you know, energetic, funny, and then lazy at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying? That type of guy. So that kind of relates to me in real life. So that's why I like that character, and I actually wanted to be that character.
You don't seem so lazy getting into acting, coming to podcasts and stuff.
It's true. No, I'm fixing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm changing in that.
He's changing it up.
Yeah, man.
Go on.
It's about time.
Do you want to talk about yours?
My character's name is Renee. She's like a typical girl's girl. Like, she loves Love Island, those reality TV shows. She likes to just like hang out with her friends, that kind of girl. Yeah.
Do you relate to that character? Bro?
Yeah, I do.
Actually, now that we brought up Love Island, what do you guys think of me
This
and
is too
Josh?
off topic.
Wait.
We can't be
Wait,
talking
I
about
actually
Love
want to
Island.
hear this. Wait, actually,
Yeah.
I can't lie, guys. I lied because I didn't watch this season's Love Island.
Good.
I
Love
can't lie,
Island is terrible.
Same.
I'm not gonna
Sorry.
lie. The only
Listen,
clip
I
I've
never
ever
said
seen-
this.
Wait,
Like,
wait,
please don't
you're
cancel
terrible.
me.
You're gonna get
I never
cancelled.
said this.
You
The
can't
only-
cancel me for that.
No, I think they should.
It's terrible. Do you like Love Island?
The only clip I've ever seen of Love Island is that one clip where they're talking about how like lizard men in suits rule the world. It was so it was so bad. I'd never touch Love Island again.
Okay.
I don't recall
You seem to have taken that personally.
Wait.
Okay.
Which season was this?
I'm not sure. I just saw a clip on like TikTok. I was like, oh, maybe I should get into Love Island. I saw that. I was like,
I
no,
can't lie. Love Island USA is where it's at. That one I'm watching.
maybe. What? Just like out of interest, how did you get into like acting?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So I've always like growing up. I've always had like some confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been quite loud and stuff. So, and I've had like skills of acting, but I've never really gone into it directly. So people have told me, oh, like, do you do acting, or you should do acting and stuff like that. And eventually, I was always like, oh, if the opportunity came up, I'd do it. But it's not my main focus. Like, it's not my main thing. Like, I like acting. It's fun. Like, it's fun to do. So yeah, I've started doing it now, exercising that skill a bit more. But in terms of actually being an actor, that's something that's been like new. It wasn't like an aspiration of mine from.
Is this
young.
your first role then?
Yeah, this is my first like.
And do you not
theatre thing like that.
do you not feel like you said that if the opportunity comes, you're gonna persuade it, but do you not feel like you have to work towards it?
It's true. It's just like, it was just never my main thing. So it was never in my mind like, oh, acting. It's just like certain opportunities come up, people that you know, they might come to you with certain things because they know how I am. So they might just be like, oh, do you want to do this? Or they've seen me on certain things. So they're just like, oh, come through and try it out. So yeah, I feel like when this your main thing, you should always definitely work towards it. But it wasn't my main thing.
Yeah.
So
What
Is it
about
now?
it's something. I mean, I'm gonna, more opportunities are coming now, innit? So I will go for those opportunities and yeah, exercise my.
What about you?
chances.
I can't lie. I went to something called BYT in Coventry. It was Black Youth Theatre. That's how I first got in it. Me and my friend Kissnet, she's also in the show.
Ooh, Kissinette
You know Kiss-
from... Oh, I know Kissinette. 19?
Yeah.
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 I
Yeah.
know
Jeez.
Kissinette.
Eritrea,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mutuals.
Mutuals.
Instant besties.
Oh, wow. Okay. Basically, we went to the club called BYT. That's how I met like a lot of people. That's how I got more confident with acting. And eventually I went to a film college. But I think acting is more of like a passion for me because I feel like when stuff like this happens, I go and do it because I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's more of like a hobby.
So is it a career for you or is it more like a passion?
I feel like because I went to a film college and they kind of showed you like the realities of it, like one thing I would say is acting it's like freelance because even the actors in Hollywood and stuff, they have to go role from role. It's not a stable. income. So I feel like I would definitely do something more stable and then do it more on the side. Like that would be my
Yeah.
choice. But
So
yeah.
you don't like risking stuff in your life.
It's not that I don't like risking. It's I like money.
You like
I won't lie.
No shame in saying
Guys,
that.
I won't lie. I'm a
In this
material
economy.
girl, like especially in this economy, like I need to be able to like afford my lifestyle in a kind of way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So going back to the production, what is Locks, Keys and Coast actually about? So explain this to us.
Great. Okay, so Locks, Keys and Coast is based off a mixtape that Jenna and T
What was the
Demba.
album?
Mixtape album, yeah,
It's
mixtape
called an
album.
album. What's a
Yeah, no,
mixtape?
slash, same thing,
Okay.
tomato, tomato.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, album mixtape. It's about like the struggles Black people go through.
Not just Black people. That's the point of the.
So go ahead, take it away from here.
Sorry, no, like you were doing well, yeah, but you just have to
Yes,
like add that
okay.
on.
So
It's
not just Black people.
It's just the minority, yeah.
Minorities. I don't know how much I can actually say, but yeah, it's
Just tell
Spill
us
it all.
what it's
Spill the
about,
whole
and then
thing.
whatever.
No,
we
you
can't-
have to come see the show. You
We
can't
are,
give away the
100%.
No, not the
buzz.
storyline,
Said
but
T
what,
Demba.
what did the
Tamsin.
show actually?
Tamsin.
Tamsin, yeah.
Tamsin.
Shout out to Tamsin.
And his little brother Rashad.
Yeah.
My
He's
God.
a really talented
Like,
actor.
where did the show
Next up,
actually
so-
originate from? Like, what's the idea behind this?
I think it was based off.
things they've gone through and things they know people have gone through as well, like the minorities have experienced and that people can relate to, type of thing.
Is it inspired by Coventry itself or like all over the UK?
I would say it's inspired by Coventry. Like there are a lot of talented people that are involved in it. So a lot of people from Fire Camp and PYF are involved. You've got Denzel, Abdi, you know, the poets.
Abdi Noor. And Denzel the poet.
Nina.
Yeah,
Nina
yeah.
Abdi.
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Who else is involved? There are a lot of actors as well. And obviously Timemba and Zion are involved as well. And Ruben. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people from Coventry that it's a Coventry production. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said yourself that this kind of theatre production is based off of ethnic minorities in their kind of way into the world. Is there any part of that in yourself that you relate to?
Yeah, I can't lie. Before I did this audition for the thing, I hadn't acted in like a year or two.
Yeah.
So when I went to the audition and they said, oh, show like a power dynamic. And when we did it, it was like the one I did was based off secondary school. And you know how you feel in secondary school sometimes, like you can feel like the teachers just don't understand when they try and tell you, oh, your hair's to this, your hair's to that. But like you see all the white kids and they basically get away with murder.
Yeah.
Like piercings, dyeing their hair. But when I say, oh, I can't take out my hair, they say, oh, but it's going to damage her hair, not yours. You get that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like when you see all those like injustices, especially when you're young, it can really affect your like self-esteem and self-worth. And yeah, that's what the show is basically about, is taking back that power and being like, oh, you're not going to stand for it. Like you got to build it back up even when they're trying to take you down.
And what about you? How does this show kind of relate to you?
I'd say throughout the show, there's definitely a lot of messages that are kind of put in there, and if you get it, you'll get it, type of thing, like subliminals. And I'd say is that in life, like subliminals that I've experienced, like whether it's school or just outside of school, just sometimes people making certain jokes and then kind of just joking it off as it's a joke type of thing, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and like just certain messages or doing certain like movements and things that it's just like, oh, that's a bit weird, like there's no reason to do it. But if you would react to it, they would kind of gaslight you, type of thing, and act like you shouldn't be angry
What's
at
it called?
whatever it is.
Microaggressions. like-
Microaggressions,
Yeah.
yeah. See, I
Yeah.
knew there was a word for it.
Yeah.
All of that, yeah.
Yeah, so microaggressions. Yeah. So what's been like your drive to kind of act? Because obviously it's a theatre production, like a lot of work goes into it. You have to learn, I'm guessing, quite a few lines. What's been like your kind of drive to go through all of this? Because personally for me, I could never be an actress. Like the amount of stuff
not?
you have to do.
Like-
For me, it's learning an entire script. Like
Oh, okay,
there's a lot there for it. So how do you do it? How do you manage it all?
I feel like the most important thing is that you don't do it alone, especially with our cast. Like it feels like I've only known her for well,
Since the start of
Hayden.
this, yeah.
No, actually, to be fair, we met at the
Oh
Conk
yeah,
event.
okay,
But
yeah, you're right.
I didn't even. I can't lie. I forgot.
She forgot who I was. She forgot who I
No,
was.
you know what it
yeah.
is. I didn't know his name, but if you showed me his face, I would know it. But anyways,
That's
yeah.
me with literally everyone. I can't lie. I've already forgotten your names.
That's fine. Like I forgot yours. Like it's okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, you don't do it alone. You have like Tememba and Zion are there, and Ruben are there. They're there to like help mentally, like support you if you need anything. They'll be there for you. Your castmates, like, oh, can you help me learn this line? Oh, like this. Oh, how can like when we block it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, how should I be? Like, we don't do it alone. We do it with each other. So I think that really helps, and that's also what drives me to come because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see them today. Like.
And it's a thing
Yeah.
where like you can learn all your lines, but when it gets to actually doing it on the stage, you need to be able to bounce off each other because
yeah.
someone might mess up, for example, or the line doesn't suit
Switches
the
up a
person.
bit, so-
It's like you got to sort of improvise and just know how people are, so you can either help them or bounce off the energies. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like this shows, like, as a cast, it's brought you guys a lot closer together? Like, you've said you literally didn't know him, and then all of a sudden it seems like you guys are basically friends. Like, it's brought the
Naturally,
cast
when working
together.
No, I'm joking. No. It definitely,
It's okay. Keep the same energy.
it definitely brings us closer. It definitely brings everyone closer because it's like we're there so much because we haven't got at the most time as well. So it's sort of a thing where you got to kind of get things done. So as
Yeah.
long as there's that fun side, there is the side of we need to
Getting
knuckle down
serious,
and like actually get stuff done and make it good for everyone to watch.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Is there a specific part of like the production that you're really interested in, or?
Well, I'd say the promo for it has been quite fun. We filmed a couple of videos. They're due to come out
They
soon.
stole my popcorn.
You'll know what she's talking about soon. Like the promo side of things I really enjoy. And when it gets to like actually doing the show as well, there's going to be a couple fun things going on that day as well. That
Oh
I'm gonna
wait,
enjoy.
what's his name? Hobo Steve?
Yeah,
like,
Hobo-
he's really fun. Like
Hobo Steve.
when you see him, futuristic guy, like there's just some.
Yeah,
fun
that's just some of the
characters
characters in the
And do you
thing.
guys want to share where it's gonna be, what timing, and all of that?
Shout out to the show.
26th of September, Thursday, 7
Direct to the
p.m.
camera.
at the
Period.
Albany Theatre.
2
Make sure
weeks
you
from
be
now.
there.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now, still. Make
Get your
sure you're
Isn't
there.
this gonna come
Online.
out after the show though?
The what?
Isn't this coming out after the show? Oh no! Then yeah, calm down.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Confused still.
Are you guys as family like quite supportive of this show? Because we've been talking a lot in our podcast about like how different people and different families, they can like kind of guide your way into post-18 pathways. So like, are your guys' family supportive of you doing this production? Like, it seems like it's taking a lot of effort, a lot of energy.
To be fair, I'm lucky to have the parents I have because they're always supportive and no matter what I do. Like whether it's YouTube I want to do or whether it's music I want to do, they're like, as long as you want to do it, just make sure you do it to the best of your ability. So for the acting thing, when I was like, because I was going, it's quite late times that we're having to stay out and stuff. When I told my parents about it, they understood. They were literally like, oh, that's cool. When is it? Like, can we go type of thing. I didn't even say, do you want to come? Like, they literally said, can we go type of thing. So they're very supportive and they're happy like, with what I'm doing. What about you?
Oh, my mum doesn't like plays. She'll come to mine though. She'll come to mine, but I feel like she just if she doesn't like click with it, she won't like. She'll watch it. She'll be like, oh, you did very well, like that kind of stuff. But she'll come watch it. But yeah,
I mean, it's the showing up that counts.
exactly. Like I know she's doing it out of love, and for the rehearsal times, she does. I can't lie. I'm 19, so she's kind of like. Okay, yeah. Like, she's going to be out late. At least she's going, like, rehearsals. And
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you about that next. Like, if you gotta stay out late for whatever reason you're doing, whatever thing you're doing
Rehearsals,
there,
blocking,
yeah.
yeah.
So, you're 17. Your parents, how do they feel about it?
So yeah, like I said, they're supportive, but you know, they still have that strict side.
Yeah.
So you know, I better be calling and letting them know that I'm still alive and well. But as long as I let them know what's going on and they know what's going on, they're not too like OD about everything like that. They're understanding.
Yeah, that's blessed then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't really get that with much parents, like being understanding of modern like times and that, or like
Oh, I damn sure know about
that's
that.
what I'm saying. So the fact that they can understand that I'm out and I'm actually at rehearsals, I'm not doing nothing silly, then that's good, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Especially
Yeah.
with like creative stuff, because I know some parents, they would have been like, oh, what are you doing? You're going to do what? A play, this and that. Like, they would want it to be something more like academic. But yeah, I feel like our parents are like, we got really lucky with them being so understanding that we're more creative than.
And do you guys feel like this show like opened new gates for you into acting and stuff?
No,
And you want to
100%.
persuade it furthermore?
100%, because it's like there's networking as well. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's got a sort of network. Like, everyone knows people. Like, so
Exactly.
you meet someone, and then it's kind of like you end up meeting all the people they know. Like, it's
It's
like
really good for
networking,
that.
innit? So opportunities do open doing this, and like I said, I'm definitely gonna exercise my opportunities.
And what about yourself?
Brilliant. Yeah, the same. Like, because I've done more, because I've got more experience. I do have like other networks, but like I bring people. Like, I'll be like, oh, do you want to like come do this? Because a lot of people in the creative world, like, they just know everyone. Like,
That's what the creative world is all about, though, networking.
exactly.
So carry
yeah.
on.
Yes. Like, I've known one of the actors, Rashad, for so long, but like I don't think I would have like actually spoken to him as much if I wasn't in this play. Like, even Hanid, like I met him at Com.
Do you feel a bit like awkward approaching new people and stuff?
Oh, yeah. If it wasn't for the fact, like, if I don't feel not comfortable, but if I don't know anyone, I'll be quiet. Like, I've been on different sets where there have been like older people, like middle age, and I can't really say anything because like they're talking about like mortgages, their kids. I'm just there like, like what am I like? Yeah.
At that point, just make up a backstory, you know, like, yeah, I've also got 3 kids at home.
I feel like they'd be a bit concerned if a 19-year-old saying they've got 3 kids at home, you know.
Each to their own, man.
Especially
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's true.
Each to their own.
Each to their
Yeah.
own.
You said with acting, do you think it helped you?
Oh
But,
yeah.
like with approaching
Confidence.
people, networking. as you said.
Yeah, because I can't lie, you can't be too shy when it comes to being creative because you've got to talk to people, and especially if you do like any outside training, you've got to talk to them because communication is key. Like, you've got to actually put yourself out there if you want to progress in it. So yeah, you actually have to do talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if you were asking me as well, I'd say I'm quite a people person when I want to be. So in terms of like approaching people and stuff, if it makes sense, I'm not just going to randomly approach you and Greg, you know what I'm saying? But like if we're in a setting in theatre or like, it's like, oh yeah, people do need to break the ice and talk to each other. I'm usually somebody that will help break the ice and introduce myself and say hello and be some entertainment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us on the
Thank
podcast.
you for having us.
What was that, 26th of September, I believe?
Yeah.
26th September, Thursday, at the Albany Theatre, 7 p.m.
Told them
Thank you
again.
so much.
Come on, bro, I know the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Calm down.
So we asked you guys for questions on Instagram and you came back to us with some pretty good ones. So are you guys ready?
Let's go.
All right.
do it.
So Amar, you answer first. How do you look after your mental health?
Mental health. That's a very good question. Personally, but I mean, everyone can have their own opinion. I don't really believe in mental health like that. Like, guys, you can't just be like locked up in a room for a whole month saying it's because I've got some enzymes in my head. Like, no, just get outside, do your thing. Why are you getting locked up? Because, I feel depressed, I'm anxious, man. Like, please, like, yo, that's not you. You're just doing too much. Please get outside.
Okay, so basically your way of dealing with your mental health is going outside. And of course you respect the idea of mental health.
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Right, Amina, how do you look after your mental health?
I see my friends, I volunteer, I go out and do things. Like, when it comes to mental health, like, I don't have a very strong opinion on it, but but I think that just engaging with other people and like keeping yourself busy is the main thing.
Yeah. Personally, I look after my mental health by just knowing where my support is. Like, I have a lot of friends. That sounds really bad, but like, I have friends that I know that I can speak to if and when my mental health gets bad. So I feel like having that kind of support there with you, like, I have quite a supportive family as it is, but in terms of having a supportive group around me, it's really good because it means that, like I said, if and when my mental health gets bad, then I have these people to speak to. And if I don't have these people to speak to, I quite frequently go to the gym. And I always say this to everyone, like, any anger I feel towards anyone, I lash it out at the gym because I'd rather do that than lash it out on a person. So yeah.
That's very thoughtful.
Thank you. It'll save a lot of arguments.
Just go and fight someone, Gavir.
No. Okay.
No, but mental health do matter, guys. Like, really, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Like, look after yourselves. Go speak to someone if you need to, and you're free to come PYF whenever you can. And yeah.
Okay, so next question: what is your favorite opportunity that PYF has given you, Amma?
It's just the chance to meet new people, socialize. Because I'm a very social person. I like to like speak a lot.
Yeah.
You can tell, obviously. But, like...
a bit too much sometimes.
Okay, buddy. But anyways, yeah, the opportunity to meet new people, speak to them, be involved in the society that I'm literally not part of at all. Like 2 years ago, I didn't know what the UK is. And also helping people and giving back to the community. That's why I volunteer for them as well.
Okay. Amina, what's your favourite opportunity that PYF has given you?
That's a really hard one, because I've been here for such a long time. But I think the first one that comes to my head is TED. Obviously, Shirelles actually sick of me saying this, but like TEDx PYF, I'm pushing for this idea so hard because TED was it was something that I never thought I'd go to, but when you go there, it's such a good experience. Like, you see all these different kinds of people from all different kinds of background, and you learn so much from them. And I feel like I'm gonna just plug the idea of TEDx PYF once again on camera.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of having a stage like that, but having people from our community like come and speak would be so good to see.
So I feel like that's a question to our viewers. Is TEDx PYF a real thing? Stay tuned.
Okay, so Amina, to clarify, your favourite opportunity that PYF has given you is the opportunity TED. So you went to a trip, am I right?
We went to a trip for... Sorry, speaking so much. We went to a trip for TEDx Manchester.
Yes.
And...
So was this your first TED experience?
It was, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't plan on going, but Sherelle got me into it. And it was just a fun time. Like, it's not something you'd normally expect to do. Do you get what I mean? I remember that, like, initially when going there, I thought it was gonna be so boring. But it ended up being, like, one of, like, my key memories of PYF.
Yeah. Okay, so personally, my favourite opportunity that PYF has given me is PYF Fest. And I can't lie, I'm going to say that in the sense that I haven't been at PYF very long. But I feel like that was my big event, like being so involved in like the behind the scenes, like literally moving furniture until 10 p.m. the day before. And then just being involved in all these kind of meetings, go and visit the local shops and just Costco, and so many memories just from this one event.
Also, I want to add, yesterday, the PYT group members, we went on a trip.
Yeah, the Belgrade Theatre trip. That was really good.
I've never been to one in my life, and yesterday was enlightening, to say the least. The actor was on spot and everything. I thought, the same way you thought TEDx was going to be boring, I thought that was going to be a dry day.
We were discussing that.
I'm just doing that for nothing. Like, I'm just being there for the sake of being there. But for the whole time, I was locked in. I was like, I couldn't even move my eyes away. When you was, I think like you took a piece of chocolate bar or something out, started munching in it. I was actually pissed. Like, I was like, why? I'm trying to focus. Don't make noises.
Basically, you're allowed to eat in the theatre, but like it was really quiet, and
Yeah,
I had
not
this
told-
Nutella bar, yeah. And like I was struggling to open it, so I handed it to Gavir, and he sat next to us. We were sat in like, it was me, Gavir, Amar, and I handed it to Gavir because I'm struggling to open this. It's dead silent. I'm like, let me just hand this responsibility over to her, because like it was so loud, like in the silence of the theatre. And then she starts struggling. She rips it open, and he's just looking at us trying
And
not to
then
crack up.
The staff worker gave us the fattest side I have
The
ever
fattest
gotten in my
side.
life.
She was about to come over, and then she didn't.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I don't even know, dude.
You
Like,
know, I feel like that side eye was just evidence of how much you enjoyed that production. Like, it was a one-man production that, honestly, give credit to that actor, whoever he is. I do not remember his
Flyer in my
name.
bag.
But,
yeah.
Pull out the flyer. We need to show this. We need to push it on camera because he was so good. Please do not touch. This is the thing. And his name is... I'm blind.
So, the name of the actor that starred in Please Do Not Touch, the theatre production that we saw yesterday at PYT, was Tijan Sar. I really hope I'm saying that right. But
We were saying that like if this is a one-man show, then like it was really dependent on him and whether or not he could act. But when I'm telling you he could act, like...
Tijan Sar. That sounds Senegalese or Gambian, right?
Shout out to him though, he was so good.
Shout out to him.
He
for
carried
real.
that whole show on his back.
You're better than Ryan Reynolds or whatever his name is. You're the next name up.
Amar,
I
you're going to get
support you.
sued.
How am I gonna get sued for that?
Ryan Reynolds
You're
is
the
going to
next
come
one
over.
up. I believe in you. You're
Defamation.
number one fan. But
All right,
next question.
so the last question. Podcasts, are they overrated or underrated? Amar?
It depends. Like, there's a lot of podcasts that are trash. I'm not gonna bring up no names, but they're horrible. Like, why are you even making a podcast? And you might think this was one of them, or not. But like, if you watch the Chunks and Philly podcast, the Chunks and Philly show, or the other one, James Suffer had, I don't know.
Shits and gigs.
Yeah, they're actually funny people. I enjoy watching them. So it depends who you are. Maybe you're not meant to do it, but you can like do whatever else you want to do in life. But yeah, that's what I think about it.
Yeah. Amina, what do you think
I
about
think
it?
the same way about podcasts. Like, it really depends on the person, what you're discussing, and everything like that. Personally, I don't really keep up with podcasts too much, just because I'm more of a visual person. I like films and TV and things being in front of my eyes. I don't really like
We're
listening.
literally recording right now.
No,
Like,
I understand what you mean, but normally when you listen to a podcast, like, you listen to it like on the way to work or something,
nah,
don't
I
you?
watch it.
You watch
Yeah, I
it?
watch it.
You're one
Yeah.
in a million.
Yeah, I want to see how they look when they see stuff, when they say stuff. That's funny.
I mean, I don't really like watching things. No, I do, but now you're
Yeah,
making
you
it.
see, now you're contradicting your own self.
No. I don't really like watching podcasts. I like listening to them, and it has to be something like really engaging that I'm really interested in. Do you know what I mean?
So, overrated or underrated?
It depends.
All right. So, I personally think podcasts are underrated. I'm going to say this with the sense that with a podcast, you can drive when you listen to a podcast. You can do quite literally anything. Like, you've just got the sound in your ears. And I like to think of it as like when you're watching YouTube, but literally sounds, because it's more rather like a song, but YouTube, like a YouTube video that you can watch whenever you want. Like, you can download podcasts in these kind of days and age, and you get, some of them can be really informative, or like Amar says, shits and gigs, if you want to have like a funny podcast. But I feel like they cover so much variety, and you can so easily like just tune in and just zone out to all of your surroundings, just listen to a podcast whenever you want. Yeah. So we also have some extra questions,
Oh gosh.
because I know you guys are so excited.
Very excited.
So Amar, £1 million or your dream job?
Give me the £1 million. Yeah, I'll invest it and make something bigger. Like, give me the £1 million.
Give me my money.
Just give me my money.
Okay, but I have a controversial question for you. Like, don't you think that your dream job could make you £1 million?
Listen, I'm getting £1 million straight from doing nothing. Like, I don't care.
Okay.
A million is a milli.
All right then, Amina.
Dream job, 100%. Do you know the money film directors can make? Like, easy, light work. All I need to do, as soon as I'm a film director, when I tell you I'm going to be making money. Like, the thing is with that kind of thing, though, is it takes years and years to work up to it. But if I could get it on the spot, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
What about you?
Personally, dream job over £1 million, and
He's going to be making money either way.
No, you know what? It's not even that. It's the fact that I wouldn't want to just get my dream job. Like, I want to work for it because I feel like you get that kind of reward in
It's
that
the
sense.
journey that matters.
Satisfaction.
It's not where you-
Satisfaction, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like £1 million, like it runs out and it's not as much as I think I would like it to be. Like, I'm not saying that out of greediness, but I'm saying that in the fact of when you buy that £1 million house, where's your money to sustain it? Or like when you buy that Ferrari that you want so badly, it's very temporary. Like,
why you are buying them expensive stuff
Yeah.
for the first
because
million?
it's £1 million and why shouldn't I? That's why. But
But
yeah.
you just said yourself you'd have the money to sustain it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's switch up. 1 billion. Then what are you say? What are you gonna say?
1 billion.
1 billion.
Oh, I'll have
Still
to change
dream
the
job.
questions.
Still dream job. Like vet over everything.
What about you? 1 billion. 1 billion, no dream job.
It's the same thing. I said yes for $1 million. Why would I say that?
Of course.
All right. So last question. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Amar?
Having £1 million pounds in my account.
If it wasn't for that question, nobody offered you £1 million.
Yeah, I still make it.
How? What's the plan?
You said, where do you see yourself? Not how you're going to make it.
Where
Now,
do you see yourself in
He's
10
only
years?
thinking about the numbers in his account. That's the only thing on his mind right now.
To
We got
be
him a bit
fair,
too invested in that
In
question.
this life, money is important, even though you don't really need money to have a good life, because it's all about your happiness at the end of the day.
I'd argue
but
and say
money
money
is
is
important.
happiness.
Huh?
Money is happiness.
Money is not happiness.
It is
I
though.
completely disagree, because we're pretty much all broken here, but we're still having a good time. So
Angsty.
so angsty. Okay, Amina, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Let's go into a more positive thought.
I'm gonna be a film director. It's
Very
not if, it's
aspirational.
when.
It's not an if, it's a when. Okay.
It's a when.
Okay, somebody has too much confidence.
All right.
Well, to be honest, I always see
I
myself
swear, like,
as a
besties
vet.
are supposed to be supportive and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, only
Get
slightly
out.
judge. So rude. I see myself being a vet in 10 years. Well, I can't lie, actually. 7-year
Are you
degree.
sure, though?
7-year degree.
Are
What
you
happens
sure,
if I
though?
mess up those 3 years? Then it's going to be 13 years. Yeah, a vet. You know, I'm going to be aspirational. I'm going to be more Amina. I'm going to say,
Well,
I
you
see
gotta do
myself.
7 years in uni.
Yeah. It's when you get low A-level grades and it's not like AAA. Then, like, yeah, you have to do 3
So you
years.
have to get AA.
If you don't get AAA right, you got to do, like, a degree that makes up for you not getting AAA, basically. Yeah, I know. I know.
So you gotta get that AA.
So you're
Oh,
doing 2
no,
bachelors,
but I
then,
didn't
aren't
get
you?
the AAA. So now it's the 7 years.
Reset. Why are you taking
They
a
don't-
gap
they
year?
don't take-
Two
resets.
bachelors.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
They don't.
For the one
accept-
she's doing, they don't take resets.
No. Tragic.
That's sad.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So that's all the questions that we received from you guys. So thank you.
All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. You know you want to.
You know, I can't lie. Leave that part up to Amina because she will do it. Okay. Amina, go.
All right. This is the end of the
We're
podcast.
not gonna say bye.
Oh.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
All right. Say what you want to the camera.
Bye.
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 Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. That's the end of this episode. Bye.